It's recording. So this is the Nervous Young and Humans podcast. I'm Gabe.
I'm Logan. When you say that name out loud, it sounds not as good.
What? Oh, it's not a good name at all. Actually, it's angsty. It's incredibly angsty. I mean, yeah, it is. So is the album though. That's the thing. It's an album like created in teen angst. It's car seat headrests. That's what they do best. But he did best when it was only him. But whatever. Doesn't matter. It's what it is, and it's gonna stay that way for a while.
It's they now.
It's what?
So now they do. It's several people now, so they do it best now.
The drummer is the best one, and he'll always be the best one, because his Instagram is fantastic.
The drummer is the best, and then Will, and then the guitarist, and then the guy that they don't let talk.
The bass player?
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, because he looks so, uncomfortable in everything I see him in. He just doesn't talk. When he does talk, he's so boring, too. He's just kind of, there.
Yeah, there was that one interview where they were just, asking, fan-submitted questions, and they showed him, twice, even though he was sitting right beside him.
Oh, yeah. Was that the one where, it was, describe the band in, 3 words? And then, the drummer takes the mic, and he goes, vomit, diarrhea, or whatever, and we'll just yanks it away from him. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna do an Animal Collective retrospective, and I'm gonna make sure that retrospective means what I think it means. So it doesn't come off.
I think it means.
Because I think it means
collective.
what I think it means, but I'm gonna read it out anyway, just in case. Looking back on or dealing with past events or situations, or an exhibition. So there we go. So Animal Collective is I'm gonna read the Spotify bio. Or parts of it. They're an experimental group formed in Baltimore County, Maryland, by longtime friends and musical collaborators Avi Terra, Panda Bear, Deacon, and Geologist. They're very good. They're my favorite band. What about you, Logan? Would you consider them your favorite band?
They rank somewhere around 14.
Fantastic.
My favorites.
Decemberist is number 1, isn't it?
Yes.
No taste. Okay, so they I really like their music. Last summer, Logan and I did a thing where we listened to an album a day from them, and it was fun. Logan didn't like most of it until later on, but I enjoyed all of it.
I didn't like the first 4. No, 3, maybe.
First 3. Oh, you didn't like Spirit?
The first. No, Spirit was alright. Dance I didn't like. Here Comes the Indian I did not like. Should we save this for the actual discussion?
Yeah, we should, but so I'm in a bit of a problem too, because I did no preparation for this, and I was just gonna use Spotify and go in the discography order, but they moved the EPs into the singles area, so not everything is in order, so I kind of have to maybe
look on Wikipedia.
Yeah. This will be better organized if we continue doing this, but it's kind of an idea I had, because I'm the genius out of the two of us, even though Logan makes better grades.
You do all the work for everything.
For everything. I'm a god.
Everything, ever. Okay. You're actually the reincarnation of Muhammad.
Fantastic. Okay, so it doesn't list it in order either, but it's easier to see. So we're gonna do it that way. So we're not gonna include solo albums here because I have a lot to say about all of them. Logan doesn't. So we'll do that later.
I have 2 words to say about all of them collectively.
Except Down There. Down There's pretty good, but half of it's meh, and then the other half is eh. We're also gonna talk about Odd Sack, right?
If you want.
I do want to talk about Odd Sack. We're also gonna talk about Animal Crackbox, which Logan has not listened to, but I have, and it's really good. And
I'll just let you talk the whole time about that.
I've also listened to Meeting of the Waters once.
I haven't listened to it at all.
I've been preoccupied with everything else that I've been listening to, which is a lot of things actually. And I kind of haven't made the time for it, and I haven't really had the patience to sit through that. But when I did
gotta get in the
Gotta get in the Anchor mood.
No, you gotta get in that 71st listen of pure comedy before you can listen to Meeting of the Waters.
I still listen to that daily. When the God of Love Returns, So Be Hell to Pay is like one of the best songs ever written.
Alright.
It's true. I'm pretentious, but I really like it a lot. And I also really like the album a lot because the album's really good. It's so good.
Alright.
Logan's just jealous.
Well, we're not talking about...
And so is
We're not talking
Screw indie heads. They hate that album, except a lot of them do like it. Like, it's so weird with pure comedy because, like, everybody loves it, but the people that hate it are so vocal about it, to where it seems like everybody hates it. But, like, Indie Hits does, like, a review poll, and, like, the overall rating was, like, a 9. Even though if you look at the album discussion thread, it's all like, oh, man, this album sucks, and it's pretentious, and it's stupid, and Father John Misty's gay, and he is a talentless hack. And then some stuff about irony. Crap. But everybody seemed to hate it, and then everybody actually really likes it, except for the people that hate it, and that's a small number of them, but they're very vocal. So
that's a good way to really sum up everything. Everybody likes it, except for the people that hate it.
I think the only album that's not like that, honestly, recently, because it's like just everywhere. It's not just specifically indie heads, but like every music subreddit ever. If there's like an album discussion thread, it's always album of the year. Like halfway, like it's not even halfway through the year yet. But whatever. But the only album I think where the hatred is like the majority is Currents. And it's the complete opposite of how...
I don't know. Pitchfork gave it best new music.
Yeah, Pitchfork also hated Painting With, and everybody loves Painting With.
Except for the people that hate it.
Yeah, but there's not that... There's a lot of people that hate it, but I really like it. And therefore I'm going to assume everybody likes it, because it's not as bad as people say it is. And I saw it live, too. More than half of the album played live, so it's kind of like... I'm a bit biased. Also, I worship the ground Animal Collective walks on, so there's also that.
It's not bad, but like I actually like it a lot. I don't see why people hate it. It's not my favorite.
It's a couple listens for me to tell the tracks apart, honestly. But
I still have trouble doing that.
I mean, but even if you can't tell the tracks apart, it's still really good if you like sit down and listen to it.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I can go into a little bit of background. So there's A.V. Terra, Panda Bear, Geologist, and Deacon. A.V. Terra and Panda Bear, like the core members of the group. A.V. Terra, you could argue, is the most important member because he does write like most of the songs. Although they all, A.V. Terra and Panda Bear, like split songwriting duties per album. But A.V. Terra is great. He has Jewish hair, and I really like it. And he has a very good voice. He screams a lot, and he plays guitar sometimes, but not recently. But they're a very good band. But the reason it's called a collective is because like people can come and go. Like I'll go over like the lineups for each album if I remember them. But it's
Deacon is only on like how many?
Let's see. Deacon
I know he's on Feels and Centipede and
I don't know if he's on Campfire Songs or not. I know he's on Here Comes the Indian.
He might be.
He's on Feels. He's on Strawberry Jam. He's on Centipede. And then he's on the EPs, I think, except for Fall Be Kind and The Painters and Meeting of the Waters. He was not on Holland Again either. Yeah, Deacon's on the least amount of stuff, but also his EP was better than Painting With. So good for him.
Was it really an EP though?
It's hard to tell because it's like exactly 30 minutes long, and like the cutoff is like 30 minutes. So some argue that it is because it's like 5 songs, but it's also like album length. Because like 30 minutes is the cutoff for like an EP. Then like Minor Threat's entire discography is technically an EP.
Their like first 2 albums add up to 19 minutes.
But I like Minor Threat, kind of.
Deacon was on Campfire Songs, and Geologist was not.
Geologist wasn't? Okay. No wonder why there's a lack of little boops on that album. Very good album.
That's all he does.
Alright, so I guess we'll start off with Spirit They're Gone, Spirit They Vanished. This album is very good. Pitchfork described it as coloring out of the lines, which is exactly what it is, because it's like super childish. and just everything about it. The production's messy, the vocal performances are messy, the instrumentation is messy, and all of it sounds like if a 3-year-old had an acid trip. But it's really good. I love it, except for Untitled. That's the worst song that Animal Collective has ever made. It's absolute garbage, and it's obnoxious. But the rest of the album is really good. I'd give it like a 9.
I liked it a lot the first time I listened to it, but I haven't like really gone back to it. I went back to it once and listened to it again, but I mean I wasn't as impressed that time.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't know. I'm very wrong, I guess. Cole was afraid to listen to it for a while because I forgot which song it was, but there's like screaming in the middle of it, and it scared him, so he wouldn't listen to it.
I mean, like every song.
It was like.
Honestly.
It might have been Untitled. I don't know.
Untitled doesn't have vocals. It's just has sound going through the entire thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself.
It was that.
Okay, but
because he said.
Yeah. What did he say?
He said he wasn't expecting it, and it scared him, so he turned it off and refused to listen to it for half of the year.
Though it's right after April and the Phantom, which has these crazy screams in it anyway. So I mean, the album doesn't start off. Oh, it does start off very soft, but it does start off with this ridiculously high, ear-shattering frequency, which will come into play later.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely come into play later.
I don't mind it. I'm used to it. I kind of like it at this point, but I'm also, yet again, complete Animal Collective fanboy. I guess from a critical standpoint, this album's maybe like an 8, but I think a 9 is where I'm at with it. Not a fan of Untitled. I think something. Oh crap! What's that song? It's like something Giants. Dang it! I'm disappointed in myself for not knowing.
Something about a mountain.
No, someday I'll grow. Someday I'll grow to be.
I thought there was a.
No, mountain. There's a song about a mountain on Holland again.
What is that?
Tell It to the Mountain.
Like what song is that? Oh yeah, that one.
Okay, but Spirit They're Gone, that's Aviator and Panda Bear. And Panda Bear had, like, no creative control on this album. It's pretty much an Aviator solo album. Aviator, like, he wrote it all, and then he needed drums for it, and Panda Bear was willing to drum for it. And he played all the drum beats by, like, beatboxing, and then Panda Bear would replicate it. And I kind of want to see Avi beatbox. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
He could like launch a solo rap career, and I'd listen to it. It'd be better than his solo albums.
His ones. Oh well, I guess Slasher Flicks. Slasher Flicks is the only Animal Collective project I haven't really been into yet. Like I've listened to it several times, but I like half of the tracks, and the other half I'm kind of meh on. But Down There I think is pretty decent. I'd give that like a 7. Laughing Hieroglyphic is like one of the best songs from their collective solo careers.
See, I say I remember nothing about Down There, but I do remember when he says Down There. And that's all.
It's like Down There.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
yeah.
And then it's a bunch of noises, and then this weird percussion. It's very good. Yeah, Spirit They're Gone. So what would you give it? What's your final consensus on this album?
I give it a 7.
7? Respectable,
yes.
I guess. Pitchfork loved this album.
Controversial.
I'm bringing up Pitchfork several times through this. Because Pitchfork is
gods of music.
I hate Pitchfork. Oh, I don't hate Pitchfork. I hate later Pitchfork, and I've got problems with them. Like the fact they changed their review scores to be like they gave Andrew WK's I Get Wet a 0.6, and then later they gave it an 8.6, and just like. Don't review it again. Maybe I don't know. I have a problem.
You have a love-hate relationship with Pitchfork.
I do. When Pitchfork likes albums that I like, I love Pitchfork. When I don't like albums I like, I don't like Pitchfork. I'm gonna call them out on their stupid reviewing skills. But Pure Comedy, for example, they gave that a 7 point something, and I guess that's respectable. But their review for that was abysmal. They all. What was the one album that came out recently? I listened to it. It wasn't very good. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's like I can't remember what it's called.
Descriptive. I know exactly which album you're talking about.
It's like an indie pop album, and they gave it a 5. and it's clear that the reviewer had like beef with the band.
I want to know what that is.
Like, it's terrible. But I mean,
I don't think they can get any lower than the Kid A review though.
Didn't they like compare it to a stillbirth?
Yeah.
The Building Nothing one's pretty bad too. Cause you talk about like they would like his wife like fainted or something while they were listening to it live or some crap. It was really really weird. But it just
Was it written by the same guy?
No, that guy got fired. I'm pretty sure.
He wrote the Franz Ferdinand self-titled album review, and that one was pretty bad too.
That album was pretty bad. Just kidding. I like it.
But like for half of the review, he talks about riding a bus.
You know, Franz Ferdinand, like they look so out of touch now because they have 2 new band members now. They just announced it.
Yeah, and one of them's like 20.
They're like 10 years younger than them. And also, they all look like they're wearing wigs now.
Yeah, because, like, what's his name has, like, long hair now.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It fits their, like, I don't know. I think they look fine. It's just, it's a little jarring, because they look completely different now. They all look like, I don't know. I don't want to trash them, because I really like their music, and I'm excited for the new music, and I like them. I think they're a good band. Although
I didn't know you liked them.
It sucks that they caused World War One.
Yeah. They shouldn't have all been.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Oh yeah, another thing about Animal Collective. They weren't called Animal Collective until Here Comes the Indian.
It was Here Comes the Indian when they did that?
I think so. It's the only one that Wikipedia, it's where Wikipedia starts actually calling them Animal Collective.
Yeah.
Manatee. This one, oh boy, I love this album. At right now, it's my favorite Animal Collective album. It's it's trashed like by everybody. Pitchfork described it as the musical equivalent of paste eating.
Paste eating.
Yeah. It's hard to defend, but I think it's one of the greatest albums I've ever listened to. Because after your 300th listen, when your ears finally get used to what you're hearing, and it has an atmosphere like no other.
I can give you like 300 reasons why you're wrong.
It's a good album. I like it. Throwing the Round Ball is so good. You have to be in the mood for the album. Throwing the Round Ball is in the mood.
It's not a bad album, but it's not a good album.
It's a good album. You're wrong.
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
No, it's not a 5. It's like a 6.
I give it a 9.5. Well, no.
Actually, I'll give it a 7.5 because I actually enjoy more songs on that than I do Spirit.
From a fan standpoint, you know, I have a fetish for this album. From a critical standpoint, you could trash this pretty easily. There's a lot of things going on in it that it's a bit unpleasant. Like the first song, or the first official song, Penguin, sounds like they're attacking shopping carts with like sticks.
That's a good way to sum that up.
I don't take credit for that, by the way. I saw that somewhere, and now that's all I hear when I listen to it.
You've lost all credibility.
No. It's a good. it's a good album. It's a good song. I quite like it. Dance Manatee. There's a lot of high frequencies, specifically Explode. That would be like a great pop song, except for like halfway through, there's this like ear-splitting frequency that makes it nearly impossible to listen to with the headphones above like halfway volume.
Yeah, I just don't.
Just don't listen to it.
Don't listen to it.
It's a good song though. Let's see, Meet the Light Child is amazing. It's got Hocketing at the end, and there's like a little synth in there, and it's really cool. That's a running trend in Animal Collective's music. There's some synths that pop up every now and again. Throughout all the organic instrumentation they're known for. Fantastic.
Are they really known for organic instrumentation?
No. Maybe before Merriweather Post they were. Because, like...
Sung Tongs, I'd say, is.
Sung Tongs, there's no synthesizers on that album, like, anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of, like, really cool, like... We keep getting ahead of ourselves, but whatever. It's a podcast. You could go off topic. It's entertaining.
It's a podcast with quotations around that.
See if it's talking about bands, and 3 people are going to listen to the first 5 minutes of it and then turn it off. The two of them being Logan's parents. First one just being like accidental like autoplay on SoundCloud. But that's better than nothing. You gotta get the exposure. But hey, the Animal Collective subreddit, shout out to them. Maybe they'll like this and listen to it. And then I'll get 3 upvotes. And then a comment being like, the audio quality needs work. Good going, guys. And then that's all you need.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Whenever you post anything to Reddit.
What else did I say about Dance Manatee? It's Aviator Panda Bear Geologist. Before they were Animal Collective, that's just what they went by, Aviator Panda Bear Geologist. The album cover's awesome, but also trash. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. I like it.
It's a nice album cover, I guess. It has a manatee.
It kind of looks like manatees.
It might be a manatee.
I mean, it's little blobs on a green background. It's kind of like... Could be anything. The Living Toys is probably the only track on it that I don't really necessarily enjoy. It's kind of just like drone.
I don't enjoy that one.
All Good Country is fantastic. I think that's the one track that people that don't like the album would enjoy.
No.
You don't like that one?
It's alright. I like Running the Round and Another White Singer.
Another White Singer
I like that.
is good. I like that one. In the Singing Box is pretty accessible too.
Yeah. This is the part in Animal Collective's career where Geologist ruins everything.
No, I disagree. He made it the way it is. Fantastic. They said that they had to defend the frequencies in like various interviews, and they said it like it felt like it filled in the sound for them. You know, I guess I agree, but I don't. I mean, they can do what they want. It's with their music. I mean, do whatever. But I feel like people would enjoy the album more if it was kind of easier to listen to. 'Cause it's kind of like not easy to listen to at all. It's very jarring. Not as jarring as that mariachi band in the middle of a very chill Leonard Cohen album. That's pretty jarring.
Yeah, and what I find strange about that song is that the song is called The Lost Canadian, as a mariachi band, and he's speaking French in it at parts, I think.
I
think he got it confused.
Because isn't there a lot of people that speak French in Canada?
Well, no, I'm talking about a mariachi band in a song about
I know, but I mean the
Canada
French part's not that weird.
No, that's not weird at all, but mariachi bands and
it's a bit weird.
French don't go together.
I think it's pretty good. But we're not talking about Cohen yet. That's later on. But yeah, I think this is a great album, and the Singing Box is really good. Lablically Dressed is like my favorite one of my favorite Animal Collective songs. I wouldn't say favorite, but it's not the best version of the song they have. It'll pop up again a little later, and we'll get to that in 2 seconds. I think it's a really good album. Everybody should give it a try. Bring your family while you listen to it. You could bond over this experience. It's so good. I think it's the perfect starting point for Animal Collective, honestly.
I think that's very, very wrong.
It gets you like if you enjoy Dance Manatee like right off the bat, you'll enjoy the rest of their discography pretty easily. He'll come to you like nothing. Funny story. The first exposure I had to Animal Collective was Did You See the Words when I was like 9, and I really liked it. So then I had Amazon Prime Music, and I went on to the Animal Collective area, and I just hit shuffle, and the first song that came on was something from Dance Manatee, and I hated it, and I turned it off, and till last year, I was convinced Animal Collective sucked, and then I actually listened to them, and I thought they were great.
I didn't know that you listened to them that early on.
When I was 9, I was really into and still am into MGMT, and then I listened to Pandora on MGMT, and Did You See the Words came on, and I was like, ooh, this is a good song. I really liked it, and then I just listened to Dance, and I did not like that, but now I do.
A similar event happened to me a few days ago when I was shuffling through all the songs I've saved on Spotify, and Did You See the Words came on, and I liked it. I've listened to it about 300 times since then.
It's so good.
It is. It's very good.
It's a bit creepy, though. The way 80 sings?
Not really.
Have you seen them? Open here.
You don't need to do that.
Alright, so right after this, Holland Again, another fantastic album. Logan doesn't like this one very much.
I like Forest Gospel. I guess I kind of like Pumpkin Gets a Snake Bite because I've listened to it without having to.
I think that's the most formless Animal Collective song.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to be like Black Dice, which makes sense because they were toying with.
I don't think was Black Dice around then?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Beaches and Canyons came out.
No, I thought they were more recent.
I'm pretty sure Beaches and Canyons came out like the same year Dance Manatee came out, and Animal Collective and Black Dice are like tight. They really like each other, and I like both of them. Good bands, but they toured together.
Oh yeah, Beaches and Canyons came out in 2002.
Yeah, that's the year Holland Again came out.
Yeah,
they toured their albums together, and on the tour they recorded Holland Again. And I still don't understand what that album title is, but it doesn't matter.
I used to say it wrong, but now I say it as Holland Again.
What did you used to say?
So that confused. I said it like Holland Again.
I don't understand how you can pronounce this wrong, though. It's pronounced exactly how it looks.
It's
Holland Again.
I just thought it was like Norwegian.
Did you pronounce Manatee like Danse Manati or something stupid?
No,
like that?
I'm not retarded.
But I mean, Holland Again. I don't understand. Whatever. This one's Aviator Panda Bear Angiologist again. I think this is around that when Panda started going by Edgar.
It is.
Oh, this is a good one. I don't remember. I think he was addicted to some type of drug. I don't remember what it was, but he would wear.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A really long white wig, and he would force people to call him Edgar, and if they didn't, he'd get really mad. And he only performed in like either a panda mask or the Edgar mask. I don't understand if the Edgar thing is like confirmed. But there's a video of them playing Purple Bottle live, and he's wearing the wig. And he also wore it later on Oddsack.
And, yeah, I was about to ask that.
I like Oddsack, but we'll get to that.
It's the return of Edgar.
But Holland Again is arguably their most jarring experience. The first song is...
I don't...
There's less frequencies. Yeah. Like, if Dance Manatee didn't have the frequencies, it would not be as inaccessible as people say it is. But Holland Again is just noise. Like, the beginning of ICU Pan is just 4 minutes of building up to nothing. But then Pride and Fight comes in, and that song is amazing. I saw that live.
It was not
live.
Nice. It was not fun listening to that for the first time. I hated it with every, piece of my being.
Which one? ICU Pan, Pride and Fight, or just the whole album in general?
No, the whole album.
And Pride and Fight transitions perfectly into Forest Gospel. Forest Gospel is like a meme at this point.
It is.
It's so good though. It's the noisiest thing in the world. It's like 30 snares being played at once while they scream, and then they start talking about heroin or something. All my best friends.
I always wonder what.
Coke, pot, crack, ready. All that you need is a nick. You pull out the prick. You pull out the stick. Ah! And then they scream, and then they sing again.
That was a nice scream.
Thank you. Quick question: Do I break out at all?
What do you mean?
Like, does my audio break out at all? Because like connection problems. No. Okay, because yours isn't either. I just want to make sure.
No, it did like once while I was opening Spotify, but like it's fine now.
Okay, Holland Again is a great album. Definitely not a good starting point. The version of Logically Dressed on this one is absolutely mesmerizing. Panda like actually moans on that. It's so good. It's so good. And the frequencies are gone.
Say that. The frequencies are gone and replaced by terrible, terrible noise.
Very good to terrible noise, though.
Yes.
Good noise. So, it's so good, it's terrible.
So what would you rate this?
Probably an 8.
I give it a 6.5.
I made a post about it on the Animal Collective subreddit, and I was like, I listened to it for the first time, and I was blown away. And the comment section turned into like a fights between people that love it and hated it. It was really great. I think eventually reached like 20 upvotes, but it was at like 0 for a while too from people that are like, this album's trash, dude. And those people got downvoted, and it was so good. I loved it. Good times.
I don't like the Animal Collective subreddit.
Why?
It's alright from time to time. I don't know, it's just like...
I like it a lot. You have to be a super fan to really appreciate it, because it's like the most like mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Look at
the Radiohead subreddit. The Radiohead subreddit, on the other hand, is well, actually, on the same hand, I don't like either, just because everybody on there is like really obsessive.
Yeah, I frequented the Radiohead subreddit up until Moonshaped Pool. Like, the build-up to Moonshaped Pool is probably like the greatest album experience I've ever had.
It was fun.
Like I was in a DM with Colin Griffin. I think you were there too, right?
You listened to what?
A DM about how he kept theorizing about it.
I don't know.
Because you probably...
If I was there.
Because you didn't really use Instagram ever. I think we put you in it, but you never responded. But we did...
Oh, yeah. I thought you said you listened to something. Yeah, I was in that.
Okay, yeah, we did a lot of theorizing. Griffin and I specifically were like crazy about the album. I stayed up all night on several occasions when people thought things were going to drop. And it always dropped when I was at school. And then we would listen to it during band, like with our heads ducked. And it was a terrible listening experience, but it was okay because, like, memories, dude. And that album doesn't hold up as much as I thought it was a 10 on first listen, and now it's kind of like...
Me too.
But I think it was just, I was so blown away by it because it definitely lived up to the hype to me. Now over time, I think I listen to it to death, and it's a little bit waning on me, but I still think it's a great album.
Yeah, I wasn't too like huge on it until recently when I saw him live, because some of the songs on that are so much better live. Like Full Stop is a lot harder, and Identikit is just better.
The solo on Identikit is like confusing to me.
Why?
Because it sounds like 3 guitars all playing the same thing, but like at different times. But it's one guitar.
I think it might actually be.
It's
Wait,
so,
no.
so weird.
Tom didn't play guitar during that one. He just kind of like danced awkwardly.
That's what Tom was best at. There have videos of him just holding the synthesizer and holding down one note and then dancing with that the entire song. Just holding it above his head, finger down on the C or something, and not moving. So good.
Occasionally, while he was playing...
I used to think it was pronounced Thami work, too, for a while.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Talking about Radiohead, by the way, if you uncultured swine aren't sure.
Like, while he was playing You and Whose Army, when I went, he would, like, just stop playing and look at the audience from time to time, and that was strange.
Tom's
He's a strange man.
Yeah. You and His Army is a good song. But yeah, Home and Again, good album. I like it. Logan doesn't. But it's good. Next we have Campfire Songs, which was released under the band name Campfire Songs. Have you ever listened to Campfire Songs, Logan? Because I think we skipped that accidentally. And then I went back and listened to it. I don't think you did.
We skipped it because you listened to it, like, every night. And I just didn't. I eventually did listen to it, though, and I found it boring.
It's very ambient. Doggy is one of their best tracks. Even if you think the album is boring, I admit that song's good. It's about a dead dog. And that's not the only Animal Collective song about a dead dog.
What's the other one?
Derek. It's about pandas.
That happens a lot for them.
Dog. Except Doggy is a little darker. It's about a dog climbing into a tree, falling out and breaking its neck, and then 80 being told they can't repair it, and then him burying the dog and then singing about it. It's really sad, but Derek's all like happy and tropical and
good times.
Yeah, it's a good song though. Everything else is a little dark. It's very dark and it's very sad. It's a very good sleep album, very good rainy day album, very good walking album, very good biking album, very good at everything but listening intently. Because if you listen intently, you're gonna be bored. And there's not much going on.
Yeah, I just listened to it like after school, like just really quickly.
But it's such a good, relaxing album. Like, I don't know, I love it. But I don't love it. I really like it. I don't love it. It's the one I return to the least. Although Doggy is like, I was number 3 on my most listened to in 2016. Although that entire list is like Animal Collective with Pixies on there occasionally because love Pixies.
I'd say I definitely return to that one and Spirit the least. Probably Campfire Songs the least because I occasionally listen to Alvin Rowe.
Do you return to dance more than...
Oh, yeah.
What do you listen to?
Like, every once in a while. Just another White Singer, and Running the Round Ball, and occasionally Explode.
Explode is good.
It is. I don't actually dislike it.
Good. Campfire Songs. Not much to say about it, really. They recorded it on a porch. I think it was their aunt's porch. Oh yeah, like 2 days before our concert, they ended up canceling a show in Orlando because the aunt that they recorded the album on the porch on died. And
they went. Did they like go to her funeral?
Yeah, I don't think they went to the funeral, but they definitely went to the funeral, but I think they were just grieving or something. I don't know. But, they were still fantastic at the concert, very energetic. AV's very dedicated. They've been touring like crazy. They've been incredibly prolific the past 2 years.
Prolific?
Shows up until, like, November already lined up, and they toured for all of last year, and then they released 2 EPs the past 2 years. And Panda Bear is confirmed working on his new solo project, and AV said there's more on the way for him. And Jamie...
New solo project or new solo album?
Solo album. Same thing.
Oh.
But,
well, I mean, by project, like, something else, like, apart from his...
Solo album. But... They're not gone yet. They're making stuff. Geologist needs to make a solo album.
I wouldn't listen to it.
You wouldn't even give it a shot? Out of curiosity?
I would give it a shot. I wouldn't listen to the whole thing. If I didn't like it.
Okay.
He's my least favorite member.
Geologist
Panda is the best.
You could argue that Geologist is like potentially the most important member of the band.
You could also argue that he's not.
Their songs would be empty.
They'd be significantly less bloopy.
They'd be significantly less Animal Collective-y. Like he has all the samples, like all the cool parts, like everything that makes Animal Collective. He's like all the samples. That's what you think of when you think of Animal Collective, is all the weird noises.
I don't think of samples when I think of Animal Collective. When I think of Animal Collective, I think of something
like AV's weird voice modulation at times and all the weird effects on the cars and stuff. Because that's Geologist. Geologist controls all that.
Not samples, though. I don't think of samples.
The samples are the noises. Not like samples of like, they take a vinyl record and they they sample 3 seconds of like a Beatles song and they play it. No, like a geologist goes outside and then records like a swarm of bees eating a hen or something, and then
eating a hen
next to that, yeah, and incorporates that into a song. That's what I mean by sampling.
How often does that happen?
Where like geologists sampling or the bees eating hens?
No, bees eating hens. I've never heard of that.
Probably not frequently or ever.
From time to time.
Depends.
At least once.
It could have happened at least once.
Probably like more aggressive.
Giant teeth and you know.
Yeah.
Save the bees.
Last semester at lunch, we had many arguments about bees. I was actually screaming at Kelly across the table once about it because apparently he knows everything about bees.
Delightful.
I know. Right. Every day.
Campfire songs. What's your consensus? I'd give that a 7.
My consensus is a 6.
You suck. But whatever. No EPs between that. So right after Campfire songs is Logan's arch enemy. Here Comes the Indian.
I actually don't hate that one that much. Actually, that's like definitively the one that I do not return to ever.
Really?
Just because I have very little memory of it. What?
Not even like Slippy?
No.
Halite?
I'm not even sure if I dislike it, really, because I've only listened to it once and I've never gone back to it.
I love Here Comes the Indian. For a while, it was my favorite Animal Collective album. I'd say the only objectively song on the album is Panic.
Yeah.
Moaning. It's literally just
I don't like that.
Moans. Give me a second. I gotta go grab my charger. Entertain. Say entertaining things.
Entertaining things. Things relating to entertainment. Total entertainment forever. Yeah. You're wasting a lot of time. Words. It's a long, drawn-out silence.
I'm back.
Yeah, I didn't say many entertaining things, but...
I'll cut it out, because you sucked.
It was kind of an awkward silence.
Yeah, everything's awkward with you, Logan.
That's right.
Say very proudly. That's right.
I can't do anything about it, so I pride myself on it.
Here Comes the Indian has potentially my favorite Animal Collective moment. And Halite.
What is that, Gabe?
It's the slow moaning. Alright, so there's the beginning of Halite. It's like this kind of weird distorted vocal sample mixed in with these like tribal drumming. Oh yeah, thing about a defining characteristic about this album is how tribal it is. It's very primitive. Yeah, it's totally. You haven't listened to it enough. Also,
I've listened to it
Native
once.
Bell is my favorite Animal Collective song. That song is transcendent. But
it's your favorite Animal Collective song ever?
Yes, ever.
You would safely say that.
No, I lied. Second favorite. Street Flash is my favorite. Street Flash is my favorite song of all time at the moment. Do you not like Street Flash?
I don't remember it. But if I don't remember it, it's obviously not good.
All right.
Because I'm right.
Of course, always right, except for when
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fantastic. But okay, back to Halite. Okay, so Halite's this like just pulsing kind of like weird moaning part that builds up to this avian panda trading screams back and forth. It's just so good. It's crazy, like primitive, and it's so Animal Collective in the best way. Like, oh man, I love that part so much. And then the song is really good, and then there's this weird part halfway through where it's like nothing but them clapping their hands and chanting, which is It's foreshadowing for Baby Day.
I do not like Baby Day.
I love Baby Day.
Like, not at all.
We'll get to that, though, very soon.
We can just not talk about Baby Day.
I love Baby Day. Baby Day. So good. So good.
Yeah, I liked it when they did that on that one song on People, but
my favorite
Baby Day. Yes, I actually like that song a lot.
That song is great. I posted a really weird aesthetic video a while ago on Instagram that I deleted because it was stupid. But I was with Griffin and our other friend Gibson, and I was pouring Sprite into a puddle, and My Favorite Colors was playing in the background. And I just uploaded it because I thought it was cool.
Nice.
Yes, but all right. Here comes.
I'm sure it was cool at the time.
Slippy.
What?
Oh, okay. Here comes the ending. Here's what's incredible about it. You have a guitar on this album, right?
There is?
Yes. Most of the sound is guitar. Evie had an Ibanez delay rack, a distortion pedal, and then I think he had to have a distortion pedal, and then a pitch shifter kind of thing, where it was like, it made it sound like there was like 3 guitars playing at once. It's crazy. I think this is the only Animal Collective album where you'd sit and be like, how do they make that sound? Honestly,
I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Because it was all analog recorded too. Like later on, I'm fairly certain they switched to digital so they could warp the sounds easier. But like, they took like a regular I may be completely wrong about this, but this is what I've read. They went analog on this album. It's crazy. I love it so much. This album is.
What exactly is analog?
Analog is when you don't record through a computer or something. Like you record directly to tape.
That's what I thought.
That's what Phil Elverum does. He only records cassettes and stuff.
That's cool. I'm slowly getting more into his music because I listened to The Glow again last night and I liked it a lot.
It's a very good album.
It is. Even Samurai Sword.
Even Samurai Sword is better than The Gleam and
it's not. But
and My Warm Blood.
I hated it. I hated it up until this morning.
We keep getting off topic. Artists that people probably won't know much about.
If the 3 people listening to this probably will know who that is.
We have to show hospitality, dude. We have to be welcoming and open and talk about things people know about, like the early abrasive experimental noisy Animal Collective.
Yeah. Well known, really.
Yeah, Here Comes the Indian. I think it's incredible. You got Slippy. Slippy, it sounds so good. The vocals are caked in distortion. It's so great. I love Slippy. Everybody loves Slippy. If you don't like Slippy, you're wrong. You've got Native Bell. Native Bell is fantastic. There's a really cool music video of it on YouTube, and it's just fireworks, but it works really well. Good song. I love it. Infant Dressing Table, so good. 2000 on a Sound is one of the best ambient songs I've ever heard. Panic, not very good. Too Soon, a great album closer. I just think it's so good.
I do not agree. I don't know.
Well, you're also not as into noisy and experimental music as I am. I
am not. Not at all.
Exactly. So you're wrong.
Okay, I'm objectively wrong now.
You're always objectively wrong. Unless it's my opinion, you're objectively wrong. That's how it works.
Yes. How it always works.
But yeah, what would you give Here Comes the Indian? I'd give it 9.5 for sure.
I give it a question mark out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Well,
just because I wouldn't know.
It's a good album. I like it.
I'll listen to it again tonight.
So, before we get to Sung Tongs, we got to address Baby Day.
Ooh.
Okay, so Who Could Win a Rabbit was released as a single, And the B-side of the single is a song called Baby Day. And it is so good. It is fantastically dumb. It is so stupid in the best ways. It starts off with like a minute and a half of just this really stupid and annoying synth sound. And then it's just Avi and Panda then, like their voices laid like 20 times and moaning and clapping their hands. And then they sing about how she's gonna have a baby.
That's like the only thing they say, right?
It is. They go ba-dum dum dum ba-da-dum dum dum. She's gonna have a baby. That's it. Aside from the and the rest of the song, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I think that's all we have to say about Baby Day.
I just felt like we need to address it. It's very good. All right, now on to
a defining moment in your career.
Now on to I guess I wouldn't call Dance Manatee my favorite Animal Collective album, but it's the one I've been returning to the most. No, the best Animal Collective album, in my opinion, is Sung Tongs, and this is what's coming up.
I agree completely. And Sung Tongs is
it's perfect. It's Avi and Panda with acoustic guitars, and that's arguably the best Avi and Panda are.
It's definitely the one that I return to the most. Like, when I return to it, I like listen to the whole thing again.
It's so good
every time.
I mean, I'm a person that listens to albums. Like, I very rarely just listen to songs. So me listening to an album all the way through isn't as momentous of an occasion as it is when Logan does.
It's not momentous, but like I listened to like a couple of songs like "Who Could Win a Rabbit" by themselves, but I prefer to listen to Sung Tongs as a whole.
But alright, Sung Tongs, it's so good. It starts off with Leaf House. That's an amazing
Leaf
song.
House is
it's classic.
I love the end. I love the end so much.
The kitties part.
Yeah.
That one's it. Oh yeah, Sung Tongs is like demented nursery rhymes. It's so childish, but it's so weird. That's one thing about Animal Collective's early stuff, is it has a very childish quality to it in terms of just like everything. Like Avi's vocal delivery, the simplicity of the lyrics, but like it's so unfriendly for children. It's very abrasive. Sung Tongs is not. Sung Tongs is something you could fall asleep to.
Yeah, Sung Tongs is very, I'd say, their most child-friendly album.
I think the thing about Sung Tongs, though, I don't like Kids on Holiday.
You're wrong. You're, like, actually wrong.
I loved it before the concert, but the version they played live was so amazing that I just can't go back to the album version. I get so disappointed every time I listen to it. Huh?
How was it different?
A lot of synthesizers, way slower, and during the holiday part, where they're chanting holiday, it's Avi screaming holiday with like layers of distortion on his voice, and the crowd chanting back. It was transcendent.
That sounds great.
It was so good, and he was like walking up to the crowd, and it was. I feel like it wouldn't be as good if they released it studio, hence Jimmy Mack, but oh man, it's so good. And
then Who Could Win a Rabbit is potentially one of my favorite songs ever.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I like the sample at the beginning.
Quite possibly.
Just coming in here, coming to write songs. It's all distorted. It's great. They went into a deli. I think it was a deli.
Yeah, it was a deli.
It just recorded the people talking.
I don't know what they're saying, but
all I can make out is something about the news, and then two teenagers coming in here to write
something about like a newsstand.
Yeah, but Sung Tongs. I mean, I guess the biggest criticism about the albums, like the last 3 songs, kind of aren't as good as the first half, but they grow on you. Everything except What Did I Done has grown on me. What Did I Done is still a little meh. It sounds like
everything on there. It does, kind of. It sounds like somebody doing a bad Donald Duck impression.
But I only listen
it's a good
to
song.
the album.
The Softest Voice is, like, my least favorite on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
His voice is my go-to to fall asleep if, like, I'm falling asleep to Animal Collective. Softest voice, I'll just start there. And then just...
It's still good, but I don't like it as much as the other ones.
I think Softest voice is really good. Visiting Friends is pretty good, too. I only listened to that one in the context of the album. It's got a very depressing feel to it.
I'd say Visiting Friends is probably the one that I listened to, like, the third most. Second would be Winter's Love, and first would be Who Could Win a Rabbit.
Winter's Love is one of my favorite songs of all time.
It's very, very good. Yeah, you did.
On YouTube.
I watched that video.
It's got a couple hundred views. People like it, so I'm happy. But it's such a good song. It's so good. I mean, there's not much to say about the album aside from this. It's so good.
There's so much to say about the album.
I mean, all right. So the
Winter's Love, great. Kids on Holiday is great. Sweet Road is extremely underrated.
It's 13. It's the weirdest. It's such a weird composition too.
I love it so much.
So good.
I want more music like that.
More music like from them, or just more music in general?
Like Sweet Road.
Like from them, or just more music?
Just in general. Any music like that.
You might like microphones, even though it doesn't sound anything like that. They've got acoustic guitars sometimes, so.
Yeah, same thing. Basically the exact same thing.
It's true. But, I mean, it's a fantastic album. Very, very, very few things wrong with it, if anything, honestly. Winter's Love, so good. One of the best songs ever written. They sound like children on this album. I don't know how, but they sound like children.
But there's a lot of like children voices on it, like in Sweet Road and the end of Leaf House.
But it's also
like you can kind of hear like kids talking.
Yeah, but I feel like it's very plausible that could also be AV. Because if you ever watched that Winter's Love live performance at Brighton Festival, he's very good at sounding like a child. I feel like it could just.
I've never seen it.
It's a meme too. I like it a lot, but it's not objectively good. There are quite a few problems with that performance. Because they also break down the baby day at the end.
My favorite.
I think you should watch it, even if you aren't gonna like it. But Sung Tong's
I'll watch it.
Super good. What would you rate it, Logan?
10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10 too. Now we're moving on to something Logan probably has nothing to say about. Prospect Hummer.
Ooh, yeah, I have so much to say about that one. It's an EP.
Yeah, it's tracked
by Animal Collective.
Sung Tongs, and they didn't end up putting on Sung Tongs, and they recorded with Vashti Bunyan, and Prospect Hummer is nearly flawless.
Oh yeah, I remember Prospect Hummer.
There are no lulls. It's just very good. Starts off with I think it's crap.
It's You. It's the
That's what
first.
I love that song. It's like this beautiful wall of acoustic guitars over her very angelic voice is really how you could describe it. Really good song. And you got Prospect Hummer. Everybody loves that song.
Everybody
loves that song, Logan. You'll like it if you listen to it and remember it. Prospect Hummer is really good.
I don't remember.
What's the third song?
That would be Baleen Sample.
Yeah, Baleen Sample. I think that was a Geologist track. That one is very, very good too. I don't remember too much about it. I remember enjoying it quite a bit, and then I remember learning how to dive. Spotify Drive.
Well, I thought it was
dive.
Huh.
But also Spotify
I thought it was Drive.
Spirit they vanished before or after Dance Manatee, and Dance Manatee before Spirit, and that's wrong. But it's remember learning how to dive. That's a really good song too. It's very, very calm. I mean, there's not much to say about their EPs in general, except for Water Curse. I'm going to say a lot about Water Curses, but
I'm going to say very little about Water Curses.
I'd Street Flash and Water Curses. That's what I'm going to say a lot, because I got a gush about that song. But yeah, Prospect Hummer, and right after that is arguably the most disappointing Animal Collective release. The one people talk about the least. I don't even remember much about it. Feels?
Is it People? Oh, I thought it was People. Oh no, it is Feels.
Fantastic. If you don't like Feels, you don't have a heart.
People, there's two types of people. There's people that like Feels and people that should be killed.
That's a good point.
And I say that with the least amount of irony.
Feels is such a... Okay. This album. Oh my god. It's incredible. I like Sung Tongs more only because I've listened to Feels too much. But I feel like Feels is something that, like, everybody has to listen to at least once in their life. Even if you hate experimental music, I feel like everybody can get something out of it. Just like if you hate folk music, everybody could probably get something out of Leonard Cohen's discography. And if you hate country music, everybody can get something out of Johnny Cash, you know? Like if you hate experimental music, everybody can get something out of Feels. Because Feels is near flawless in its compositions. It's so calming and, like, emotional. And it brought them sort of to the mainstream, to an kind of, sort of. It gave them more notoriety than what they had before, because Pitchfork gave a glowing review to Feels, and I don't know, man, it's such a good album. Did you see The Words? You already talked about that. Fantastic track.
I feel like Feels is kind of like bridging the gap between Sung Tongs and, like, the later part of their discography.
Oh, yeah, one thing about
Because it's not exactly like the psychedelic, like, folk thing. It's getting more to the...
Yeah, one thing about Animal Collective is they're, unlike, like, the Beatles, how they started off, like, accessible and then got super experimental. Animal Collective, just right off the bat, was crazy, and then got more and more accessible as it progressed. Although that might be changing.
Would you say that Painting With is their most accessible album?
No. Well, if you count EPs... No, I wouldn't call Painting With the most accessible. I guess it's technically their most accessible, but people will be least likely to like it because there's so much happening in each track. Like, there's never a breath on the album. I'd say the most accessible is Strawberry Jam. If you get past the first 40 seconds of Peacebone, that's pretty accessible. That was where I started with them.
I think it really depends on what you listen to. Like, if you listen to, like, folk, then Sung Tong is probably where you want to start.
Yeah.
But,
really,
like,
anything past this point is a good starting point, except Odd Sack.
Yeah.
Don't start with Odd Sack. That's a bad idea.
I have a question. Do you think the Animal Collective could be considered like indie? Like, not like indie as an independent, but like indie as in the, like, style of indie.
Indie is very...
Like indie rock,
like
I guess.
A whole other, like, conversation about what indie is. But indie is really anything that... It seems like now indie is anything that's kind of, like, pushing against the mainstream in some form.
Yeah. I feel like the riff...
It used to be...
I feel like the riff...
Oh, continue.
The rift between indie and alternative is, like, grown so much. Like, recently.
Because, like, you've got bands like, Grandaddy and Real Estate that sound like generic alternative bands, but they're being called indie rock because they check...
I like Grandaddy.
I think Grandaddy's good, but they're very boring at times. Indie rock is becoming boring in general. That's a whole other conversation. But the thing about indie, I think, that's so appealing to people is it breaks away from formulas, or at least it did. You know, like, indie is something that's it's different. There's something, I don't know. It's just different. Like, you could tell when something's indie. It's just something about it that you can tell. It's kind of hard to really put a good description.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer means just, like, independent.
Like, yeah. I think that's kind of, like, the best way to define it, because it is, like, the absence of formulas, because you have these people that are, it's not a big, like, band or a big company making these, like, records.
Yeah.
They're doing kind of what they want.
But it's kind of like...
But then you have... You go.
Alright. But it's kind of at a point now where it's like, it's getting formulaic.
Yeah, you have bands like Real Estate.
Real Estate, I think,
It's
is
like
a perfect example. Every album there sounds the same.
every song sounds exactly the same. I like
That band, like the one song that they keep remaking is a good song. So I mean,
the only song by them I like is Talking Backwards. I think that's a good song only because it was on one of the Decemberist playlists. So I have to like it.
But Real Estate's, I think it's the best example of it. The Orwells is an example too. Sorry, Logan. Orwells is a good band.
The Orwells aren't really
original.
indie.
They're not very original, but they're considered indie.
They're not original, really. They're kind of like they're riding on the success of like the garage punk stuff.
Here's the thing, like like White Stripes and the Strokes and stuff, right? And then everybody and the Killers too, and I guess early Muse, which technically early Radiohead, but early Muse, and then people are trying to like replicate that, and that's where the formulaic aspect of it, I feel personally, is where it's coming from. Like the Growlers, perfect example. I do not like the Growlers. I think the Growlers are a very boring band. I think they're a really good example. Also, when I say a band is boring, nothing against the people, and music is totally subjective, but I find them to be they're not bad at all, but they're boring. Like, I enjoy them when I listen to music, but yeah, the Growlers, but they're boring. That's the thing. Like the Real Estate, when I listen to their music, I like what I'm hearing, but it's nothing exceptional. They're very boring composition wise. They're very boring experimentally, and that's what the Growlers are like. And it's bands like the Growlers and the Orwells and Real Estate and Grandaddy and just other bands in this kind of thing that are meh. But this is a whole other conversation. We could do a whole 2-hour-long conversation on this, honestly. But we're not.
We could actually do that at some point.
Yeah, but we're like an hour in, and we're not even halfway through.
Gabe, you know the Growlers, they're gonna listen to this. They're gonna be the few people that listen to this.
They're gonna get offended. And Julian Casablancas. He produces their stuff. He's gonna listen to it, and he'll be like, he's gonna cry, and he's gonna cancel the New Voice album, and then he's gonna call us out on Twitter.
Even though I don't have one.
At Logan, Twitter magically makes one for you.
Thanks for saying my last name.
That's your middle name.
Just edit that.
Huh?
Just edit that out.
I will, if you remind me. At Logan Beep. He's magic. I'm offended. He's magically knows your last name, and then there you go. He's gonna call us out. Our career will be over. Or our very active Tumblr is gonna be shut down.
Our super active Tumblr with 11 followers, and that we haven't used in 2 months. We actually had a good amount of reviews, I guess, kinda.
Yeah, and then we stopped.
And you could scroll through it for
upwards of 15 minutes to read all of them.
Yeah, that's a very short amount of time. But that was fun.
Alright, but yeah, it feels. I mean, a great album. Did you see the words? Fantastic. Grass, fantastic. The screaming chorus is incredible. It shouldn't work, but it does. Flesh Canoe.
The Purple Bottle is I think one of my favorite Animal Collective songs. I hated it at first.
It's one of everybody's favorite Animal Collective songs.
I hated it so much at first, and then now I love it.
No, I don't think anybody hated it at first except you.
I'm sorry for being different.
But I mean, it's good. It's a good album. Flesh Canoe is fantastic. Purple Bottle is fantastic. Bees I saw live, so I like it even more now. Bees is fantastic. Banshee Beat.
I hate Bees.
Banshee Beat is Banshee Beat.
Bees is the one thing that keeps this from being a 10 for me.
Bees is so good.
Alright, getting away from Bees, Banshee Beat is amazing.
Banshee Beat's amazing. Daffy Duck's amazing. Lock Raven's amazing. Turn Into Something's amazing. It's all amazing. Specifically the second half. Everything starting with Banshee Beat is flawless.
I like the first half a lot better, actually.
The second half
like
is
the
so
first...
sad. Like, a lot
so sad.
Lock Raven is incredibly sad.
I guess.
Lock Raven.
It took me a few listens to appreciate Feels.
It took me one.
Oh, good for you. Great. You're so special.
Feels, I would give it a 9.7. I don't know.
I would give it a 9.
I just don't feel like it's a 10.
I give it a 9.
Feels is really good. Everybody should listen to Feels. Right after Feels, you got Good Old People. I think
everybody's favorite.
It's the most insignificant EP ever released.
I occasionally forget it existed, but I like it when I'm listening to it.
It's 3 songs and then a live version of one of the songs. It's good. I like it.
I like My Favorite Colors, and I like Tickwood, but People I don't remember.
I really like People. It's a song where it's like 3 minutes of build up, and then he screams People. And it's like 6 minutes.
Definitely worth it.
And then Tickwood's one of the best Animal Collective songs.
It's very good.
It's so good. And then My Favorite Colors, it's pretty good. And then the live version of People, I don't care about. It's good. But
yeah. When I listened to the album, the EP, I skipped the live version.
Then you're not a purist, and that means you suck.
Thanks.
So after People is yet again another stupid, insignificant addition to Animal Collective's already crappy discography. Strawberry Jam.
Yeah, this album is worthless. 1 out of 10. Worst new music.
All the incredibly creative synthesizers, and all the just fantastic vocals performances, and all the groundbreaking just everything. It's all crap. Hate it.
The groundbreaking everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember it that much, but I like it when I'm listening to it.
I love Strawberry Jam. It's where I started off.
It's where I started too.
It's gonna hold
Peaceful
a special place in my heart. It's very good.
I would say that Peaceful is still in my top 10 Animal Collective songs. Forever Green probably in my top 20. Number 1 is probably my least.
Number 1 was my favorite song for a while.
It is my absolute least favorite Animal Collective song ever made.
I remember you hate that song with a passion. I love it. I think it's great.
Very much.
Logan and I, we like the same music, but we have very differing opinions about it. Incredibly differing opinions about it.
Then do we really like it?
We like the same bands and stuff, but we have very different opinions about the bands.
That's good. There's discussion.
With Leonard Cohen, I think Joan of Arc's a good song. You don't like Joan of Arc. I
don't like Joan of Arc.
I think Songs from a Room is really good. You think it's a bunch of outtakes.
I thought it was alright. I don't like Suzanne, the controversial opinion, but I don't like it at all.
And
I just the way he just the lyrics and that sounds very
the most poetic Cohen has been, from a romantic standpoint, I guess, without it being sexual.
It sounds like something somebody on 4chan would say.
Make sure you listen to Death of a Ladies' Man with your parents, specifically Memories.
Okay, why? I don't... Oh, yeah.
Leonard Cohen was a dog.
What did you just say?
Anyway, back to
I
Strawberry.
don't even know what you just said.
Strawberry Jam, really good album. You start with Peace Bone. Peace Bone's really good. Everybody loves Peace Bone. And then you've got Unsolved Mysteries. Unsolved Mysteries is really good. Everybody should listen to that song. It's about Jack the Ripper or something. I don't know. It's really good though. And then what's after Unsolved Mysteries, Logan? Oh, Chores. Chores is so good. Chores is one of the best Panda songs, aside from the one by Designer. but Chores Chores is really good. The ending is very transcendent. Thing about Panda's songs, right, is he draws them out for as long as he can. Like Daily Routine has like a 3-minute outro, and so does Chores. And it's just the same lyrics, but just slowed down. But it always works.
I did not know that. I think the best Panda song is Rosie O.
Oh, that's way down the line, but we'll get to that. Rosie O's.
We've already been doing this for
hour and 20 minutes.
An hour. Yeah. This is gonna be long.
Yeah, it'll be like an hour and 45, maybe 2.
Maybe.
Because we're also going to end up doing some debating about Animal Collective and if they're not good anymore. Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of have to address that. But Strawberry Jam, I mean, it's another essential. You've got, right after Chores, you got Forever and Green. And the transition from Forever and Green to Fireworks is flawless. Oh, God. Both of those songs are amazing.
Yes. I agree wholeheartedly. Sure.
Forever and Green's better than Fireworks.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But
very much.
Fireworks is so good, too. And then right after Fireworks, you've got Logan's favorite. And number 1.
So good. Like,
number 1.
I don't know.
The number 1 song.
It's, greatest song ever made. They called it number 1 for a reason.
Yes. It's a good song.
They knew that was the one that was gonna bring them international fame.
Bring them in the money. I think it's a song where they sold out, honestly. You know?
I can't believe that they would
anyway. But number 1, number 1's fantastic. And then Cuckoo.
I don't think that's how you say it.
I think Cuckoo.
Sure.
How do you say it, Logan?
Yeah, that's how you say it. The second one that you said.
Like that. It's a very good song. Very depressing. Very personal.
That's always good.
And there's a lot of screaming in it, and it's so good. And then you've got Derek. Derek is a song about Panda's dog dying. It's got a really good drop in it. Kind of like the drop in Campfire songs.
The drop?
How about the dog?
In Campfire? Oh.
Because it fell from a tree and died.
I was about to make that joke, but you stole it from me.
That's what the joke was originally intended to be, and then I worded it really bad, and it ended up being not funny.
Good enough. It's acceptable.
But Derek's a good song. I think it took the longest to grow on me out of all of songs on this album, but I really like it. And Safer is really good.
Safer is a song that I don't remember.
It's 7 minutes long, and it's got a really cool piano part in it, and it has like 15 verses.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia track listing, and it's not on there.
Yeah, it was the B-side to Peace Bone, but it's on the Spotify version of the album, and it should be, because it's a good song.
I never knew that.
Well, now you do.
Now I know. So what would you give Strawberry Jam?
9.
9? I give it a 8.
On to Water Curses. Water Curses EP. It's got songs.
I'll let you talk I'll let you talk about water curses.
Do you not remember anything about it?
Nope. Absolutely nothing.
I saw the song Water Curses live. It was very good. The song Water Curses is very good. It's like sang in triplets. I mean, it's a really good song. It's a good EP. And Street Flash is the perfect Animal Collective song. It is the only Animal Collective song where I feel like every single sample is perfect. Every little sound contributes perfectly to the rest of the album, or the rest of the song. Like, it is, it should have been on an album. Because it's overlooked because it's on an EP. But it should have been on one of their albums. It should have been on either Strawberry Jam or Merriweather Post. Probably fit better on Strawberry Jam, but it could have fit on Merriweather Post. Water Curse is fantastic. Everybody should listen to this, except for the last two songs. They're forgettable, but the first two songs are fantastic. Street Flash, the lyrics are really, really good. I think they're 80s best. It's about life being beautiful and wanting to go outside. And then about, like, I think it's about depression. It's kind of hard to tell. But, I mean, you can interpret Animal Collective's lyrics however you want, because I don't know if they really have a set meaning. It's such a good song. I would
listen to that later.
I don't know what to say about it. But
are we going to rate that one? Because we didn't rate people. So I don't know if we're rating
I'll
EPs.
rate it.
You can rate it.
I'm not going to rate it.
You're not going to rate it?
I lied. I'm not going to rate it. Because it'll be a not great score, because the last two songs aren't very good. COIing and the Cobwebs. But the first two songs are among Animal Collective's best. One of them being
Moving on.
Alright, this one. Logan and I are going to have very differing opinions about this one. Merriweather Post Pavilion. Their magnum opus.
Merriweather?
Merriweather. I loved this.
Hold on just a second.
Hi.
Okay, I'm back.
Anyway, Merriweather.
Edit up.
Their magnum opus got a 9.6 on Pitchfork. It's incredible.
It is not that.
It is so good.
It's not
the most cohesive album.
Everybody likes it.
It's so cohesive, and it's so weird, but also like simultaneously accessible. Like In the Flowers has one of the best.
See, I like it. It's just.
Although it's kind of ruined for me because that's been my alarm time for the past year, and this year has sucked. So.
That's terrible. See, I like Merriweather, but it's I don't think it deserves the acclaim it's gotten.
I do.
Like when there's things like Sung Tongs and Feel that are so much better.
Tongs and Feels have both gotten incredible acclaim too. It's just Merriweather has had more vocal acclaim because it's been the more accessible ones out of the three of them.
Well, yeah, it's definitely their I'd say their most popular.
Oh, totally. But Merriweather, dude.
Like by a wide margin.
Merriweather is just really good.
In the Flowers is good. My Girls is good. Summertime Clothes is actually probably in my top 10 favorite Animal Collective songs.
You just skipped over Also Frightened.
And then I have nothing to say about the rest.
Really? Okay.
I did.
Also Frightened is really good. Summertime Clothes, really good. Daily Routine, arguably the best Panda Bear song ever written for Animal Collective. It's incredibly it's good. I didn't see that one live, unfortunately, but I should have. They should have played that.
It's
tragic.
You should sue.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's actually deserving of a lawsuit.
Daily Routine, incredible. Bluish is so good.
Were you saying words there?
Yes, Bluish, the song Bluish, very good. Everybody loves Bluish. Guy's Eyes, dude, Guy's Eyes. Do you not remember Guy's Eyes?
I don't.
Guy's Eyes, dude.
Are you mad?
Guy's Eyes, it's so good. It's another Panda Bear song. I saw that one live too. Taste.
I like Panda Bear very much.
Taste is very good.
Is that all you have to say about Taste? Because that's...
Yeah. Line in Coma is really good. It's a very creative use.
I do not like Line in.
It is very good use of time signatures. It's got a really cool little sample thing. Very good song. No More Runnin' has an incredibly interesting chorus vocal thing. And Brother Sport, arguably the most obnoxious and accessible song on their discography.
What's that one like?
It's the open up your throat one.
I don't remember that one.
Well, there's like a 3-minute break.
Oh, yeah, I hate that one.
A.B. screams. Wow! Wow! Over and over again. It's so good.
Very nice.
So, anyway, and Merriweather, crazy good.
What would you rate it, Gabe?
9. What would you
7.
rate it? I'm going to put this on the Animal Collective
7.
subreddit, and then include a timestamp to this. And then put your Reddit username there, too. Consider you're also a Nazi sympathizer.
Everybody will hate me. I'll try to post on the sub, and I'll be immediately downvoted, no matter what it is.
Because everybody's gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
See, you don't seem to like Animal Collective very much. I think you've only given, you've only, lovingly talked about 3 of their albums so far. And we talked about 5.
What? I've lovingly talked about.
Some songs feel.
We've only talked about 5?
No, we've talked about more than 5. We talked about 8, I think. But there's only 3 that you said you really enjoyed.
We talked about 7.
You've got the other 5 that you didn't really like as much. You're a poser.
I mean, I like their albums, but those are the only ones I really like.
Well, you suck.
They're not one of my favorite bands.
Alright, anyway.
I know.
So.
Your point?
Follow Be Kind.
That's the one with,
the Grays.
The Grateful Dead sample, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say about this. I haven't listened to it too much, but it is very good. It is Merriweather Post. Pretty much Merriweather Post Part 2, but with longer songs. I don't know. I would. It's kind of hard to talk about their EPs, honestly, because I don't know. They're all songs they recorded for the album that didn't make it, but they managed to be incredibly cohesive on their own.
Yeah. Their EPs are. I mean, they're good, but they're not. In my opinion, they're not really anything special.
But Water Curses.
Most of them.
But
Okay, but I don't care about Water Curses. People is nice. I like People.
What about Prospect Hunter? What about everyone's favorite
right.
Transverse Temporal Gyrus?
I have a little bit to say about that once we get there.
Really?
Are we there now, actually?
No, not yet. Alright, so, I mean, Fall Be Kind, dude. It's an EP. It's pretty good. Alright, now Transverse Temporal Gyrus. What do you have to say about this one, Logan?
I don't like it. It's noise.
It's good homework music.
Good homework music.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good music, though?
Yes, and it's also good homework music.
See, I'm sure I liked it. I'm sure I liked it while I listened to it.
Yeah, you liked it when we...
I remember listening to it.
It's 2 songs.
I mean, I remember listening to it while I was playing Tomb Raider.
You.
And they're both 10 minutes. And it was alright. I have not returned to it, though.
I like it. I think it's good.
I might do that in the first the future.
I don't think you noticed there's a trend here. I really like Animal Collective.
Really?
Yeah, and you're gonna notice too.
I actually never knew that. We've never talked about that before.
I don't see you're gonna notice.
It's not like every day last year or during the summer. Huh?
And also you're gonna notice too, when we get to Leonard Cohen, I kinda really like him too. And then when we get to the Decemberists, I'm gonna
really
die. And you
might notice that I really like them.
No, you don't. No one likes them.
And I might also notice that you died in the middle of it. But then,
responding. Stop reviewing. I drop off the face of it just so I don't have to finish listening to their discography.
It'll be like, yeah. You just like fake your death and move to like.
Hey, fake your death is
Libya
song. Remember that one?
Shut up, Gabe. Before I say something I might regret.
Alright, so, Transverse Temporal Gyrus, it happened.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. I didn't know it happened for a while, but then it happened.
Here we go. This is where stuff happened to them, critically. Oh boy. So, Meriwether Post-Villain blew people away. Animal Collective's on the map. So, what is our highly anticipated follow-up going to be, Logan?
Centipede Hurts.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite.
I really like it. And also, Pitchfork...
Don't you remember all the, like... As...
Wait,
what does Pitchfork describe it as?
You said, don't you remember all the... And then I cut you off. Sorry. Tell me what you're going to say first.
Oh, no. Because then I actually checked the critical reception for it, and it was actually very positive.
Yeah. It's
so my point was invalid.
It's all like 7s and 8s. Alright. So, Pitchfork described it as like a burrito hitting your windshield or something. And it's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Centipede Hurts is not a bad album by any means. It is my least favorite Animal Collective album, though. It is the only one where...
It is not my least favorite Animal Collective.
It's the only album on it by them that there are songs I don't remember how they go, despite listening to them several times, like Pulleys or Father Time.
Which ones?
Pulleys and Father Time.
Yeah, I don't remember those either. Wait. Is Father Time the one with Deacon?
No, that's Wide-Eyed.
Where he sings?
Yeah, that's Wide-Eyed. That's a good one.
That one's alright. That's alright.
But
Rosio is the best song on here, and possibly one of the best.
No, Rosio is one of the best on here. The best song on here is Amanita.
You're wrong.
No, Amanita's so good.
Rosio and Applesauce.
Applesauce. Alright, here's the thing about Animal Collective.
I don't even...
This album is weird, because the lyrical content is even less... It makes even less sense than before. Like, Applesauce is about eating fruit. I mean, there's probably like subliminal things in there, but from what I can gather, it's about picking fruit and then eating it. I eat a mango and I'm feeling like a little honey can roll. Star fruit so simple and I'm feeling like a little honey can roll. How can I feel so when I'm feeling like a little honey can roll? Tart but not total.
He likes
like
fruit.
Honey can roll. One day I thought that fruit was an infinite thing. Like, it's a whole song about fruit. It's probably a metaphor for things, but
He likes fruit.
If you listen to Animal Collective for the lyrics, you're doing it wrong. Like, imagine someone listening.
Can you really criticize him for liking fruit, though?
No, the fruit is the best thing that's happened to Earth. Except the apples.
Yeah.
Apples suck.
Definitely. No, you're wrong.
Apples and pears are trash. But, watermelons, lols. Grapes are fantastic. Melons are delicious. Lemons are... tomatoes are God's gift to Earth.
Lemons.
I mean, honestly, pure comedy is all about, like, people are self-centered and only give a crap about themselves.
Tomato?
Yeah, pure comedy is about
Yeah.
tomatoes. He wrote the album about, like,
He ate a tomato one day.
he thought he was gonna to bite into a nice plump orange. Or not orange, apple, and then someone handed him a tomato, and he bit into it. And then immediately afterwards, he wrote Pure Comedy, the song about how God is dead and humans are awful.
How much he hates tomatoes. Some in the whole album.
God of love returns, shall be held to pay is when he's talking about this place is savage and unjust. He's talking about the people that feed you tomatoes. It's just come on.
Really, every major world catastrophe can be traced back to tomatoes.
He's leaving L.A.
Like Osama bin Laden, I'm sure he loves tomatoes.
He's leaving L.A. because he wants to get away from the dude that fed him a tomato. So we got. I don't know how we got there.
What do you give it?
we ended.
Oh, we were talking about applesauce and we started naming fruit.
For the people, so we just cut out a part, and we talked about tomatoes for a while, but now we're back to Centipede Hurts. Centipede Hurts. Good old Centipede Hurts. It's incredibly bloated. Some of it's very forgettable, and it's still a good album. I mean, it's too cluttered. There's so much happening in such a like it feels like wading through like a bog while like a monkey is like
a bog
pulling at your hair.
That's why.
Because there's a song called Monkey Riches.
Yes.
I was about to make Actually, no, that song is not that good. It's good. It's the only Animal Collective song my dad likes, which is weird because it's like,
I don't like it.
It's one of the most boring Animal Collective songs. Although the screaming in it is fantastic.
So, is that all? What is?
Yeah, the Screaming Monkey Riches.
Oh. So, is that all we have to say about Centipede Hurts?
I mean, pretty much. This quality of this whole discussion is awful. Next time we do this, we should have notes on each album, so it's less scattered. less weird diversions about tomatoes.
Just leave that part. Just don't cut it out. Just put something really loud over it.
Just static. The sound of Abby screaming.
Yeah, that would actually be great.
We gotta talk about Monkey Bend to Burn Town. Wait, what would you...
Everybody's favorite.
What would you rate Centipede?
Remixes of everybody's favorite songs. Centipede Hurts, 8.
8. I would give
actually 7.5.
I would give it a 7. Maybe on some days a 6. All right, let's see. Let's read the track list of Monkey Bend to Burn Town. So it is a collection of the best material ever recorded by Animal Collective. It is a bunch of just wonderful remixes. Some fantastic, some absolutely groundbreaking. Because it's all the best songs on the album too that they decided to remix. You know, like good old Monkey Riches, and the Monkey Riches again, and the New Town Burnout, and the Monkey Riches again. It's just a very cohesive listen. And the album cover,
if I could give that an 11, I would.
And the album cover is the best Animal Collective thing. Oh crap, we forgot to mention Animal Crackbox. Animal Crackbox is a bunch of live songs, and it's really good, except for the We Tigers one at the end. That one's not very good. Oh yeah, I forgot, We Tigers. That's good.
I've never listened to it, but I like the cover a lot.
Yeah, Animal Crackbox is a cool cover.
It does. It looks like a cartoon.
What an astute observation, Logan.
I know. I thought about that one for a while.
So,
it took days of studying.
Centipede Hurts came out. Everybody was disappointed. It wasn't a bad album, but it was a bit disappointing. So, they go silent for 4 years. No one knows where they went, you know? They weren't very active.
We didn't talk about Oddsack. We didn't bring up Oddsack.
Alright, let's bring up Oddsack. Oddsack's good.
Yep. Alright, moving on.
It's incredibly disturbing, and it's very noisy. And it's a total sensory overload, but it's a good sensory overload.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first, but now I like it, and I don't think there's much to say about it without somebody actually watching it.
I own it on DVD.
You do? Really?
Yeah. It was $20.
When did you get that?
Worth it. But it came with an art book. I bought it last month off of eBay.
No. Good for you. I'm proud.
Thank you.
Okay, so painting with.
So. Oh boy. Okay, this one. It's good. I like it more than Centipede. It is an exhausting listen.
It's very it definitely has its own like identity among their albums. It's very distinct.
It is an exhausting listen. It is very good, but it is there's no room to breathe. It is noise after noise after noise. It's good. I like it, but geez. Natural Selection's the best song on it.
I actually think Floridata is the best, as cliche as that is, I guess.
Floridata, I listen to it too much. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Golden Gal, I never really liked.
Golden Gal's alright. I like the Golden Girls sample.
That was a part of it.
The Burglars was really good.
Oh, I love the Burglars.
On Delay and Spilling Guts are really good. Summing the Wretch was really good.
It's just it's a good album, but it's every song sounds too similar.
Yeah, it's kind of the tell.
I like it. I think it's good. I don't have much to say about it.
Me neither, really. But I mean, it's its own thing. It's good.
It's not their worst.
I'd say it's maybe one of the best starting points. I think. But only if you're into electronic.
I highly disagree. Highly disagree.
I think if you're into stuff like that, like electronic, because that's their most electronic album. I think if you're into that, that's a good place to start.
No, I still disagree. It's a good album. It's accessible. It's catchy. It's got a poppy feel to it, and it is the least representative album of their discography. And it's very
That's true.
I don't know. It's just I wish I had more to say about it, but it feels insignificant to me. Even though I went and saw it live and I loved it live, but I just haven't. I've been returning it to the least, and I don't think it's the worst. I don't know why I don't think it's the worst, because I don't have much to say about it. But overall, there's just not much to say about it in general. It's good. It's great.
The album, it has its own identity, but the songs themselves don't. They just all kind of get mixed together. I forget what.
I like the dinosaur
Like,
thing in the beginning of
Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
Uh,
I like.
when you're out and about in the morning, no dinosaurs to worry about. It's a good song.
But like the fallback part and Spilling Guts, I forgot what song that was on for a while.
Spilling Guts, yeah. That's
Yeah, but I forgot what song it was on. And I think that kind of like sums up the album. Really, you forget where everything is because everything's so similar.
It's the best part of the song of the album. It's this minute and a half song. I sound like I dislike it.
It's like 20 seconds.
I sound like I dislike the album. I don't, but there's just not much to say about it. But anyway, it happened. It was good, not great. It wasn't very critically liked. I liked it. I think I'll give it 8, 7.5 maybe. What would you give?
I'm gonna give it an 8. 8.5. 8.5.
Copycat.
No, 8.5. That's my final consensus.
So
now, the Painters.
I like this EP quite a bit. I think it's pretty good. Kind of Bonkers is one of the best songs they've released in a while. Peacemaker is very boring. Goalkeeper is like the most they have going on in a song ever. It's ridiculously layered, but it's pretty good.
I like Goalkeeper a lot.
Jimmy Mac is great. I like Jimmy Mac. It was so much better live though.
I thought Jimmy Mac was when you saw it live, you described it like it was amazing, and I was expecting it to be amazing, so I was kind of let down.
Well, the studio version missed the whole part in the middle where it's talking about how we're all Jimmy and we all gotta love each other. Everybody
is Jimmy Mac.
Everybody's Jimmy Mac. You gotta turn to your neighbor and say,
I never thought about it.
I love you, Jimmy. You gotta do that.
You have to. But, yeah, I thought Kind of Bonkers was good, and I really liked Goalkeeper. Jimmy Mac, not so much. Peacemaker it was there.
Peacemaker, yeah, it's it's just like
you might need to edit out some.
We don't need to edit out anything.
You might need to edit out some of the pauses.
Nope, it's perfectly.
Well, there's a few like pauses.
No one's gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna put that much effort into editing it. Don't worry about it. Maybe we'll get listeners eventually.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
wait, actually, like bleep out our last names though.
Yeah, of course I'll do that. I also have to cut out this part.
Okay, good.
Okay, but the album and the EP, this whole era of Animal Collective is not bad at all. I like it, but there's just not much to say about it. It's good, but it feels insignificant compared to the rest of their discography because they're not doing anything like groundbreaking.
Yeah, like even I feel like the Painters, the songs are more distinct than the songs on Painting With though. Like I think those songs should have been on Painting With.
I think I agree with that, but I mean, it's this era is the worst era of Animal Collective, but it's not a bad era by far. It's pretty good. I think I'm more of a fan of it.
It's its own thing.
Meeting of the Waters. I'm gonna say about 5 words about it. It is Campfire Songs Amazon.
Why Amazon?
Because they recorded it in Amazon.
Oh yeah, because it was recorded in the.
It's a very good song. It's incredible.
Amazonian Campfire Songs.
They're going back. They're going back to their more ambient like roots. It's great. It's just Geologist Navy. I like that pairing. I hope they experiment with the pairings a little more. But Avy and Pan have to at least be part of it because I can't imagine a Geologist and Deacon project. I mean, it'd be pretty interesting to hear, but I just couldn't see that happening.
I'd like a Panda and Deacon project sometime in the future. That would be nice.
Pretty good. They had a band before Animal Collective.
What was it called?
Logan Sucks.
Nice. I wonder where they got that name.
I don't remember what it's called, but I mean, it doesn't matter. No one cares, honestly. But I don't know. That pretty much wraps up Animal Collective. Overall, I'd rate their discography a 9. They get progressively worse.
Overall, you're rating them a 9?
Yeah. Would you rate them overall?
Overall, I rate them about an 8. But, like, I wouldn't say they get progressively worse. I'd say they start out not great, and then they get really good, and then they kind of...
They start out
Then
great,
they slip into not great.
and then they get continuously great, just in a different way. And then they get worse, but not bad worse, just not as good, not as great worse. Like, they go from being great to good.
Yeah.
Well, you just said
Like,
they don't get worse.
Great?
Why?
I'd say the only time... What? No, I think they start out not too great, and then they get great, and then they just go to good.
But
great would be around, like, 2004, 2005.
No, great would be 2000 to 2012.
And then, Painting With just ruined everything.
Painting With ruined America. Did you know Painting With was released the same year that Trump was elected president?
Conspiracy theory. Is A.V. Terra a Trump supporter?
No. Actually, they're not. They posted an
all the
Instagram
evidence
post
points to it.
the day of the election, and they're like, "Hey, vote for Hillary."
Well, no, all the evidence points to it. They released an album the same year that Trump got elected. So
This is not.
I'm just making the comparisons here.
You're
I know,
it.
but you're the one that. I'm sorry.
Well, this is like 2 hours, and it's potentially the most boring podcast ever. But
Is it a podcast, really?
what else would it be, Logan?
Us discussing Animal Collective for 2 hours.
It's a podcast. Next time we do it, which hopefully will be soon, we're going to be doing Leonard Cohen.
Are we?
We're going to do you want to do
That might be a while from now. We can. I mean,
we're going to be done with Cohen on like Sunday, I think.
Oh,
yeah, we're doing.
I did not know that.
A Cohen album a day, and we're also doing a Bowie album a day alongside it. So we're going to be doing Cohen soon, and then we're going to be getting Bowie done eventually, but Bowie's discography is giant. And then we're going to be doing...
We need to do Radiohead at some point.
Yeah. We're going to be doing the Decemberists eventually. That's on the list.
Car seat headrest eventually.
Definitely. Sonic Youth.
Fun.
I mean, we're doing December, so we have to do Sonic Youth.
Oh, okay.
And then,
I'm fine with that.
Even though Sonic Youth's discography is twice as long. And one of their albums got a 0 on Pitchfork.
Yeah, we should, talk extensively about that one when we get to it.
We're going to be doing Swans eventually, hopefully, maybe, if Logan's up for that.
I don't know about that one.
It's like
Maybe.
30 albums and like 15 of them are 2 hours long. And then we're gonna ridiculous. And then we're gonna do the good old fashioned Bob Dylan maybe one day eventually.
We're setting up some large plans for this that may or may not go anywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, we set up large plans for everything, and then we never do anything with them. But the thought of them is pretty cool.
Like the review thing.
I mean, but we're gonna do the review thing again over the summer. We're just having a time.
Yeah.
Like, I've still been listening to new releases and keeping up with it, like I have been during the reviews, just I haven't had time to actually sit down and physically write a review for all of them.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with new things at all. But, for future episodes of this, or whatever we're calling them, would it just be us, or would you want to bring, like, other people into it?
Of course we should bring Cole in eventually, like, for the Radiohead one, maybe, because Cole is, like, part of this.
Yeah, because Cole's part of the
Nervous Young
reviewing thing.
Affiliates. Like that one?
Affiliates?
Affiliates.
We have affiliates?
We have affiliates. But good old Nervous Young Inhumans podcast. The least entertaining podcast you'll ever listen to. But if you have insomnia, it's a good cure. And if you also like hearing your favorite band butchered by us being not descriptive in any way, shape, or form, and instead talking about tomatoes, which we're cutting off because it got a bit rowdy.
You're not going to hear that part.
It got a bit rowdy. But for future episodes, we're gonna actually organize it. Because this was a bit all over the place. But I mean, the three of you that listen, thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful Memorial Day next weekend. Brofist. What should our thing be, Logan?
Just say bye.
Keep on keeping on.
Alright, I think this is about where we end it.
Wait, we need a good closing. Goodbye and thanks for all the fish, except fish being the band Fish.
Nice. That was wrong. It's so long, and thanks for all the fish, not goodbye.
Do you like the band Fish, Logan?
I've never listened to them. I've heard of them. Wow. Spelled with a PH.
Something about Sufjan, maybe. Just kidding. I don't like Sufjan as much as people do. It's off topic.
Oh no. We should actually do that, actually, though.
A Sufjan thing? That would take like a week. That wouldn't be a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Except Carrie and Lowell's trash.
But I don't think most of... Goodbye. I'm never speaking to you again.
Just kidding.
I don't think most of them... Most of them won't be as long as this one. Also, are we going to edit this part out?
You know, I'm only going to edit out, like, the things that we need to edit out, like the parts that have to be edited out. I don't even remember what needs to be edited out, but I'm going to have to listen all the way through. I'm just going to have to skim through it. Ugh.
If there's a way you can send it to me, then send it to me.
I'll upload it to SoundCloud and make it private and give you the link. Never have to write this part.
Okay.
Keep it on. Angst, boys.
That was good. Alright.
Thank you. Goodbye, and remember, Logan's favorite band is My Chemical Romance.